welcome to my channel. So today I thought we can start the video with a quick, you know, I'm just stepping out for like a quick work session at a cafe. So I thought I can get ready by introducing this video to you. So in this video, like any other video, we are gonna paint, and I just wanted to give my thoughts out about the kind of content that I do, so that you know me better. So basically, I currently I'm a designer and I love to do fine arts as well. So I paint a lot. On this channel, you will see me traveling and painting, two of my greatest passion, and they really helped me when I was doing not so good when it comes to my career, my personal life, and it just helps me to practice these art forms, so that I always am in a good mood, and it gives me, like, even if you are going through something, there is a lot more, like, the world is much bigger than what is happening to you. So whatever is happening to you, it's not that big and it can get fixed. And even if in the moment today you don't know how things are going to pan out, the world is so big that there can be miracles, that there can be something completely out of your knowledge that can happen, and you might have the most amazing life. So it gives me hope, and it gives me passion. So I love traveling and I love art. So that is what you're going to see on this page. And fashion is also like a big personality wise, it's a big part of me. So I also like sharing that. And I really feel like there are designers out there who, when it comes to themselves, they don't like dress in a very fancy way. They are very simple. But for me, I'm one of those people. If you are designing, why not you like express your own, you know your your own body in a very aesthetic way, right? And that is why I love fashion, and like the design element just seeps in every walk of your life. So that is why I love fashion, because I feel if you are really a designer, you would love presenting yourself in a very aesthetic, fashionable way as well. So yeah. And nowadays, people tend to take fashion very seriously, and I think that is where the capitalism steps in. Like, you are supposed to look a certain way, there is a certain beauty standard that you're supposed to follow. And I'm like, the most interesting part of design and art is that everything is different. you know Everything is a study, because everything is different. So you get to see different things, you get to understand different types that are there. So for example, if somebody is brown skin, it is interesting to study their skin tone when it comes to art. For example, if I'm making a portrait, and if the portrait is of a brown skinned girl or a boy, it is interesting to understand the colors that run on their skin. It's beautiful. Same goes for white, darker skin tones as well. So when I see these beauty standards and I'm like, a certain skin tone is preferred over another, there are no option of like compacts for darker skin tones. And I really don't understand it, because if you're doing it from a really authentic intention, why would you not have a line which is inclusive, which is heavily inclusive? And why would you just, because if you truly like fashion, or if you truly like beauty, the most fun part is to do it in the most diverse way. That is how you will understand, and that is how you get to play with the variety that is there out there. So when I see that only a certain body shape is preferred, I'm like, that is the most boring thing to do. So when I see like majority of the fashion shows that are there, the models that are walking are of a certain shape. And I'm like, that's the most boring thing I feel. I mean, if you want to really, really design, like, so the most interesting way to design is, and if you like a challenge, that is if you like a challenge. So if you don't like a challenge, so of course you are just gonna stick to one thing that is already established. But if you like a challenge, and if you really really like designing, fashion designing, or whatever kind of, if you're in beauty, and if you really like it, you would love to do it in all shapes and forms that are out there. Why would you just prefer one particular thing? Like, I really don't understand when you see only a certain type of, body shape on runways. I really don't understand that part. I'm like, if you truly want to design, you would design for every shape and form that's out there. And like, you it just makes your job easy. When you design only for a certain shape, it makes your job easy. You are making your job easy. You are not truly pursuing fashion. You are first of all following a trend that's already established, so you're not bringing anything new to the table. You are then again, like, you're not truly pursuing it, because if you were pursuing dressing humans, like designing clothing from for humans, then humans come in variety of shapes and forms, and that is the fun part. That's the fun part. So I don't understand. That's the most, like, you get to play, bro. You get to play with different shapes and sizes. You get to play with different textures of fabric. You get to say how this shape will go with this particular color, this shape will go with that particular color. I mean, isn't that the interesting part? I'm like, I really don't understand. And the beauty standard, setting up a standard where everything is uniform. Okay, you are basically following a uniformity. Like, you want everything to be the same so that your brain can understand it easily. So nowadays when I see clean aesthetic, it's not clean, it's simple. It is not complicated, and it's not complex. So basically your brain no longer wants to do the extra effort of understanding a detailed design. So basically you're lazy. So all these people who are just making clothing for a certain body type, and like making a certain type of body, like a certain category of model who all almost look the same and all almost have a certain kind of body type, walk the ramp, then it just, I'm like, you're taking out the fun of it, and the realistic part is completely gone. Because in reality, nobody, you are asking everybody to fit the mold that you have built, because you don't want to do the effort of, like, making clothes for different body sizes. Like, that's ridiculous. Nowadays when I see people like doing fashion and doing beauty in this way, I'm like, this is the most boring way to do fashion and beauty. Because the most authentic way to do fashion and beauty is to cater and explore and actually experiment with all the variety of shapes, varieties of skin tones that are there out there. And if you are just doing one type of thing, I think you are not good at your job. Because when I started doing art, when I started doing design, the whole idea of it was to do it with every tool that is out there. Do it like digitally, do it in a fine art way. Of course, I like to do it. Maybe I enjoy it more when it's fine art, when it's pen and paper, when it's pencil, when I'm actually, I don't like to do it digitally. But I will still develop a skill where I can do it digitally, because then I am not truly good at it, right? And someday if I get established, and if someday if I get very acknowledged for the work I do, I think the pressure is even more to do it in every way that's out there, to make sure that I'm able to pursue it, to not limit myself and actually develop my skill in every category that's out there. So when I see these fashion people and I see them doing it only in a certain way, and even after they are established, then I really, start to understand the kind of people they are. They are there to make money. Because if they were there to truly like pursue it with a designer's eye or an artist's eye, then you wouldn't be catering to one particular type of, skin tone, or one particular type of only the skinny girls, only the fairest girls. And I'm like, it's not, it's just ridiculous. Also, it is supposed to be fun. Why are you taking it so seriously, man? Especially fashion is supposed to be so like fun. You're not supposed to take it that seriously, and that is where the most amazing, interesting stuff comes out. As soon as you start taking it seriously, it's no longer fun. Then you make the most boring stuff. And I understand one can get stuck in these patterns of, taking it too seriously and all of that, and I do understand that. But if you have reached a place where you are doing good, okay, your business is flourishing and you're doing good, then maybe you can, open a wing which is into experimenting, okay. And you start also acknowledging that this is not how, one should think. This is not how young girls should do fashion, and this is not how the real world is. This is not the reflection of the real world. This is a fantasy that we are trying for you to reach to, okay. And also we are lazy, because we don't want the we want you to fit to the mold. We are not ready to fit to the actual, to cater to everybody. And we are lazy people. We just want to make clothes for a certain type of body type, and we don't know how to make clothes that can fit everybody. And we just want to make a viable business. We are not under the guise that we are fashionable, we are into design. We just want to cater a certain kind of people, and make other people feel bad. And we are just copying what was established before us. We are not here to set a different standards, nor are we evolved over the period of time. We are followers. We just follow what was there before us, and which is proven to be successful. We just follow that. We are not doing something out of the ordinary. We are just plainly blindly following what's already there, and what's proven to be successful. So why don't these people just admit it? They are constantly trying to, say that we are woke, we are, the most, we are doing something extraordinary, we are doing something which is new, which has never been done before. And I'm like, you're doing the most basic thing that was done, and that's done. It's over, it's out, it's no longer even fun. So when I see this, actually this conversation happened in my head when I was making portraits. And I was like, and I was just looking for every portrait that I did, every sketch that I did of like human anatomy. I was always looking for like a different shape. Okay, if I did like an Asian, then I wanted to do something different, like an American or a European kind of face. And then if I did an Indian face, then I wanted to do maybe a yellow skin person. And because I wanted to understand what is their anatomy, how their skin tone looks like, and it was really fun to understand and study it and then cater to that. And then I was like, why I'm just doing making girl portraits. I want to do male portraits as well. I want to understand their anatomy as well. And I started doing that as well. But then I understood that this entire thing, but when I see an entire industry that is made for beauty, which is actually catering faces, that is actually catering the beauty that is there, the beauty standards, which is actually catering your face, which is actually making clothes, making products for your body, for your face. And they are not actually studying all this. They are not studying a certain skin type. They are not studying all the skin types. They are not studying all the body shapes that are there, and they are not catering to them. So then I was like, if me at such a small level understands how much necessary it is as a designer or as an artist to understand all this, to understand every shape and form that is out there, and then to cater towards it, and then to practice towards that, so that your brain doesn't stick to one thing or just doesn't cater to one particular thing. How necessary it is to every now and then to break the routine, to break the mold, and start from something new. Because it doesn't make you a great artist by doing only a certain kind of thing 1,000 times. What makes you a great artist, that you are able to do anything, and like any particular object you are able to draw well, you are able to paint well. So what makes you a great designer, a fashion designer, or a beauty person would be that you are able to cater to every single type of beauty, every single type of body figure that's out there. That's what makes you great. You doing a fashion show where every single model that is walking down that runway is of a certain type, and you doing this thing where opening a beauty brand, opening a cosmetic brand, where most of the swatches or most of the colors that you come up with, most of the skin tones that you come up with cater only to a certain type. That doesn't mean that you're doing good. That doesn't mean you're great at your job, because if you would be great at your job and if you would have been authentic, you would be catering to. And this is the basic thing. Once you start practicing any form of design or any form of art, this is the most basic thing that your conscience will tell you that you should be doing it in every possible medium. So when I see these people, I'm like, they are not checking out even the basics that an artist would do, a designer would do, a person who is in the genre of beauty would do. And it's just disheartening that people don't even have the basic form of consciousness sometimes, and they still get to run this huge ass businesses. And they get to, then all these insecurities come, you become insecure about your nose, you become insecure about your body type, because these people are advertising a certain body type. These people are catering towards only a certain form of skin tone. And you go in the market and you don't find any blush that goes with your skin tone, or you don't find any top that fits your kind of body, then you start thinking maybe I am not the most ideal kind, and maybe I should try and fit to the category of clothing that are available in the market. And you start thinking that there is something that you are not doing, that you are not good at. Maybe you're not good at keeping your physical physique, maybe you're not, blessed with the most amazing kind of beauty that's out there, when in reality the failure is not on your part, the failure is on their part. So they are failing at their job, and but they are so amazing at marketing, and and being like, no, we are not wrong, there is something lacking within you. It's not your fault. That is why it is necessary that these brands understand that you make it for everybody, so that all these things don't come up, where people don't start thinking that they are not the most ideal body type, or they are not the most ideal skin tone, or they don't have the best nose or whatever, because you are supposed to represent everybody, you're supposed to do the job for every single person. So whenever a movie has only a certain people who look a certain type on their in their movies, and majority of them start showing fairer skin tone, majority of them start showing a certain kind of nose, or a certain kind of smile, and then only those, then people start thinking maybe I am not. Actually, it is a failure on the part of the director, it is a failure on the part of that particular industry, that they are not able to do it with all the types that are out there, like do their work with all the types that are out there, all types of skin tones that are out there, all types of body shapes that are out there, all types of genders that are out there. They are not able to do that because they don't know how to work with complex things. It's not a failure on your part that people like you are not shown, are not represented with. It is a failure on their part. So it is necessary that, and I feel like as an artist this is the most basic thing. So when I started, also on my page you'll see there is no consistency. I will do every single thing, like I'll do landscape, I'll do portraits. My portraits will have every type of people, like people, all kinds of people in my portraits, and I try to consciously pursue diversity. And when I see, and they are making good money, so it should be easier for them to take some amount of risk and like pursue diversity. So I feel diversity should be there everywhere, and people who are not able to show diverse things in the work they do, it is a failure on their part. And they are just boring, and they are just sticking to what has been done 10,000 times before them, and they don't have the guts, nor do they have the brains to handle and work with complex diverse things. They just do know one thing, and they want to pursue one thing, and what they have already seen and understood, and they are not evolved enough to understand when there is a wrong that's been happening. And they are not evolved enough to understand that this is wrong. Even if this has happened 10,000 times, that doesn't make it right, it is still wrong. So even though today in the fashion industry you might see a certain kind of model, a certain type of body type, and that's predominantly maybe 98-95% of the fashion industry is doing that, that does not mean other body types are not flattering, are not beautiful. It is a failure on their part. They are the most boring people that are out there, and they are not able to do the good job. And so stop fixing yourself, or stop thinking that the kind that you're born with is not beautiful enough, because you are beautiful. And all these kinds of molds that they are trying for you to fit into, they are just nonsense. because I see so many people trying to fix their teeth, trying to fix their hair, trying to fix their nose, trying to fix, uh, anything. I'm like, it is okay, because these people are not able to handle complex things that will not, you know, that doesn't make that the life will stop being complex. Life will always be complex. Life will always be very nuanced, very interesting, and even though they will make boring piece of works, that will not make life boring, that will not make nature boring, that will not make Mother Earth boring. Mother Earth, nature is the most complex, interesting thing, and people are not able to replicate nature, so they just do one easy, simple, boring thing. So stop being boring, start being interesting, complex, and start embracing your own complexities, own diversities, and yeah, stop trying to fit this beauty standards. And it is great to make a piece of design which is complex. It is great to make a piece of art which people cannot understand, and it is great to make anything that you enjoy and you understand, because you know what, they will catch up, and unless they catch up to where you are, they are gonna mock you, they're gonna laugh at you, and once you start somewhat making sense to them, they will follow. Then they will, try to break you apart and understand what is happening, and eventually they follow you. So stop. The more I try to understand people, I understand that they are not at your level. All these big giant companies are just trying to make money under the guise that they are artistic, they are designers, and all that. Under these guys, they are trying to do that, and it just don't don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. It is good to be complex. It is good to be detail oriented. It is good to be the way you are, and yeah, and I hope. And fashion and makeup is supposed to be fun. It is supposed to be. It's supposed to bring out what you already have. It is not supposed to fix you, or it is supposed to. It's like a highlighter. It is supposed to just highlight what is already written in the book, and it's not supposed to edit the book. It is supposed to highlight. So I hope that this wasn't that boring, and this wasn't. Tell me your thoughts. I would love to know.